Welcome back to Intro to Scratch. This is lesson 5 on sensing. What is sensing? Sensing blocks are blocks that usually ask whether or not something is happening and return either true or false. True if that something is happening and false if it is not. These blocks tend to have a hexagonal shape and can be put into other blocks, like the if-else blocks. Let's talk about the sensing blocks. First up, we have a few conditional blocks. The first one is touching mouse pointer, edge, or Abby, which is the other sprite. And as you can see, I'm moving around the Scratch Cat, and as it's touching each of the options, the condition is true. The second one is touching color. So here I'm picking the color of Abby's shirt. As you can see, the cat is touching her shirt, so the condition is true. And then we have color is touching other color. So I picked black and the color of Abby's shirt, and this is true because the outline of the Scratch Cat is black and it's touching her shirt. Next, we have a variable which is distance 2, and you can pick between mouse pointer and the other sprite, which is Abby, and it'll give you a number for how far apart they are. The next two blocks we used in our last program, the quiz game, and they are the ask block and the answer block. Remember, the question block prompts the user with a question, and the answer block saves their answer. Afterwards, there's another condition block, which is key blank pressed, and you can pick whatever key and it'll tell you whether or not that key is being pressed. Similarly, the mouse down condition will tell you whether or not the mouse is being clicked. Then we have two variables, mouse X and mouse Y, and these give you the different coordinates of the mouse. Then we have set drag mode, and this just determines whether or not you can drag around the sprite. Then we have lots of variables, so first is loudness, and it determines how loud the sound is that is coming through the microphone. Then we have timer, and this basically starts a timer that you can reset with the next block. This next variable gives you a lot of options, so you have the option of backdrop number, name, volume, and my variable of stage or the other sprite. Next up are a couple of date variables. The first one is current, and then you have a bunch of options for different units of time. Then days since 2000, and username, which will tell you the user's username. So our project for today is a Pong game, and basically there's a paddle and a ball, and you try not to let the ball hit this red line at the bottom of the screen. So I'm starting off by picking a ball sprite and a backdrop, and you can pick any backdrop you'd like. So first we're going to code the movement of the ball, and we want it to keep moving forward and to bounce off of the walls. So we're going to start with when green flag is clicked, turn 15 degrees so it will move around the screen, and then forever move 10 steps, and if on edge, bounce so it won't go off the screen. And now let's test out what we have so far. Now let's code the paddle. So for the paddle, we only want it to move horizontally, so when the green flag is clicked, we're going to have it forever set the X coordinate of the paddle to the mouse's X position, so it will follow your mouse horizontally. Going to move the paddle to where along the vertical axis I want the paddle to be. As you can see, it just moves left and right along that point. Now we're going to add code so that the ball will bounce off of the paddle. So going back to the ball sprite, when the green flag is clicked, forever, if the ball is touching the paddle. Then we want the ball to turn a random number from 120 to 180, and that's the degrees of the angle. And then to move forward. Then I'm just adding a wait 0.5 seconds so that the ball doesn't keep bouncing off the paddle over and over again. And again, let's test out our program so far. So now, of course, we have to make sure there's a way to lose the game, and we're going to do this by adding a line sprite, which is basically just a red line. Then I'm just going to move them to the bottom of the screen. Sprite, I'm just adding when the green flag is clicked to go to its current position. Then I'm adding a forever loop, and it's going to sense if the ball is touching the line, then the whole program will stop. Last time, and as you can see, when it hits the red line, the game ends. And in the next lesson, we'll be talking about variables, and you can add a score so that it's possible to win the game. Thank you for watching.